Welcome back to Witchtober day 18. I know, I keep saying this every time, but like, we're getting close to the end of the month now. Anyways, today I wanted to talk about space clearing. So I've mentioned it quite a bit, cleansing your space and all of that stuff, so I figured I would talk about the when, why, and how to do it. So first of all, let's start off with, I suppose, what is it actually would be a proper way to begin. Much like you would physically clean your space, which you should be doing on a regular basis, you know, if you haven't done that for a while, here is a good reminder. Go finish this video. This is your hype time. Now go grab your vacuum or your broom or a Swiffer or whatever and clean your floors, pick up some trash, do something. If you need someone to constantly yell at you to do stuff, well, not yell, but sternly tell you to do stuff for about 30 minutes, Clutterbug has a podcast where she does that and just encourages you on like why you're doing this. But yeah, go clean your space. It's very important. But after we physically clean a space, we also need to energetically clean it, and that's what we're talking about. So when do you need to do a space clearing? Typically, I will do it either weekly or monthly, and it just kind of depends on life and how things are going. If we're very busy, once a month is fine. Like, much like cleaning, I will easily postpone it for a month, and then it's like, oh god, then you gotta catch up and do a lot more work. Same with your energetic cleanings. And if you do it weekly, it's a lot less work and it feels easier because you've been doing it on the regular. And so it just depends on what your schedule is, how, you know, chaotic life is. You might even want to do it daily if you've got a very chaotic life and you got a lot of gunk that you want to get rid of. I know there's been plenty of jobs that I've worked where I would want to cleanse every day because it was like, oh my god, I don't want to bring that in. And then like, it feels like it's just around everything that ever is connected to you. So you just want to cleanse everything. Or again, like a month, and then that's probably a good time to do it again. Also, if you want to go more magical timing, you could do on Saturdays because it's a good day for banishing, and also during the waning part of the moon. So why do you need to do a space cleansing? And I feel like I kind of talked about that before, but we'll just reiterate it again. You want to move around the energy in all of your spaces as much as you can. Now, I don't necessarily do every single space. My storage areas I don't do very often. I'll do that when as we're getting close to the end of Samhain and I'm prepping for Yule, because I am that person that will take down all of my Halloween and then immediately put up the holiday stuff. Like November 2nd. I am that person. I want to enjoy the season as long as possible. So when I take everything out and I, get ready to put it all back, all of the storage bins and stuff, that's a good time to physically clean the space where they're going to be stored, do your bug spray and stuff, and then also to energetically cleanse it as well. But your high traffic areas you want to do more frequently. Bedroom, living room, if you'd like me, have a witch space, your kitchen, living rooms, whatever, your main spaces you want to do on a regular basis to get rid of the gunk energy, because the more spaces we inhabit all the time, we tend to influence the energy, and it's good to just cleanse it out and make sure nothing bad is lingering. Now, how do you do that? There's obviously a lot of different ways that you can do this. The one that doesn't require tools is to visualize. Visualize whatever color you're wanting. If you're not sure, you can always stick with a rainbow to cover all of your bases. And a lot of people will pick white, but you just visualize that color going through. If you are like not sure how to really visualize it yet, a good way is think back on the old Febreze commercials. Remember those? Where it would have the little germs in the air and then the Febreze bubble would go around it and eliminate them. Remember that? Yeah, that's a really good visualization tool. Do that for the gunkety energy in your area. The next most popular option is the one you see all the time everywhere, and that is to take a bundle of herbs, ignite them, and then get them with a little bit of flame until there's some embers at the bottom, and then blow it out or it'll go out on its own. And then you got smoke, and then you smoke cleanse the space. That one's really popular, but also be careful. Sometimes it can set off smoke alarms, obviously. And also, not everyone likes to do that. It's, you're inhaling smoke, not always great. You want to be well ventilated and stuff. And then, again, some people love it, some people don't. Especially if you have pets, you need to be careful and always have something underneath, because the bits of like amber and stuff can fall. And little pieces can start to fall, especially once you're like halfway through a stick. the thread that's holding it together can get kind of loose at that point, so just be careful. And I've talked about this multiple times now. My personal favorite is to diffuse oils. Again, you need to be careful if you have scent sensitive people or pets and things, but I love to use my diffuser. It's so easy. I've already charged up my oil. I just blop it in there, set it to diffuse. I usually will pick a color, mine has different color options, and just let it do its thing, and that's it. And then I just move it when it's done, and then I don't have to think about it because I am a lazy witch, and that is a very easy but effective way to cleanse the space. And so yeah, it's very simple, very easy to do, but like I said, it's something you want to do on a semi-regular basis just to make sure your energy is feeling good. And of course, always pair this with actually cleaning your space. That you can only do so much energetically if you are living in a very cluttered area. And I've tried to not have to deal with that, but unfortunately it just holds true. Clutter is a major energy drain. It doesn't matter how often you are cleansing and charging up spaces. If you have a lot of clutter, it's not gonna do anything, really, because that's a bigger energy suck. And it's just simple math. If you have a bigger negative with a positive, you're still gonna net a negative. And that's what happens in a lot of spaces. I have that in several spaces in my house. The areas like my witch space is not really cluttered anymore, so it holds the space pretty well. But like my bedroom has a lot of clutter spaces, so it doesn't really hold it that frequently. And like our kitchen does pretty well because it's not super cluttered, but like I have our dining room, I still need to tackle. We have 2 kitchen tables because of course we do. Again, joys of inheriting furniture. So I have it covered with stuff that I still need to sort through and figure out where their homes are. And that takes energy suck, and it never seems to work no matter how many times I've cleansed that spot. It just instantly like counteracts itself. So deal with your clutter, also clean. If you have spots of your house that are just dirty and gross, you need to just clean it and then go through with this. It will not, you can't do it reverse order. It's not gonna make a difference. You need to just get down and actually scrub the floors, scrub the baseboards, do whatever you gotta do and get it cleaned first. So anyways, those are my tips and things. I would love to know how often you do it to your space in the comments down below. Of course, a huge thank you to my patrons. If you would like to support me and get access to exclusive content, it's patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I post every single day, and until next time, blessed be.